Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to mathematics, and we are solving A-level CI's paper Pure Maths 3, paper code 9709, variant 32, May June 2025, and we are doing question number 5. The square roots of -1 minus 4 root 5 iota can be expressed in the Cartesian form x plus iota y, where x and y are real and exact, by first forming a quadratic equation in x or y. Find the square roots of this in exact Cartesian form. So whenever we need to solve such question where we need to find the square root, what we do is we put the square root of this complex number, the complex number square root -1 minus 4 root 5 iota we put this equals to your standard form of complex number x plus iota y. Okay, you can use a plus iota b or x plus iota y. So we are being already given this x plus iota y, so we are using that. Now what we will do, the first step in solving this is always squaring both sides. So when we square both sides, it will become -1 minus 4 root 5 iota equals x plus iota y whole square. Now expand this. Equals x square plus iota y square plus 2x times iota y. Now it gives you x square minus y square, because okay, let's do it stepwise, minus iota square y square, sorry, plus iota square y square plus 2xy iota equals -1 minus 4 root 5 iota. Okay, now we just continue to solve this out. We will get x square plus -1 times y square, as your iota square is equals to -1 plus 2xy iota equals -1 minus 4 root 5 iota. Then it comes out to be x square minus y square plus 2xy iota. Now what we are getting is, when you get this expanded form, what we do is you compare the real part with the real part, and you compare the imaginary part with the imaginary part. Okay, so that will give you x square minus y square to be equals to -1 and 2xy. You can take 2xy iota, or you can just take 2xy to be equals to -4 root 5. Now these are like the two simultaneous equations that you will be solving out to get your required result, x and y. Okay, so let's take any one variable as subject, x or y. So x comes out to be equals to -4 root 5 over 2y, and that gives you minus 2 root 5 over y Now substituting this in the other equation will give you minus 2 root 5 over y square minus y square is equals to minus 1. Now solving this, 4 times 5 when you square it divided by y square minus y square equals to minus 1. Then multiplying by whole equation by y square to get rid of the fraction, so that will give you 4 times 5 is already 20. 20 equals, okay, no, not equals, minus y square when multiplied with y square will give you y4 equals to minus y square. Then it will become y to the power 4 minus y square minus 20 equals 0. Okay, now solve this equation. This is your quadratic equation. This is what they were telling you, that we will first be achieving a quadratic equation in x or y, and then you will find the in the exact Cartesian form. Okay, so now what you will be doing, see, this is a disguised quadratic. It has a maximum power 4, but it is disguised quadratic. What is a quadratic? When you have double power here, half the power here, and a constant term. So the same pattern is there, but yeah, the power is not exactly 2 but 4. So again we can use the same substitution way. If you want to, you can substitute y squared to be equals to a. In the previous question of trigonometry, I showed you how to do any disguised quadratic or any higher with a different variable. If you have a quadratic, how to solve it by substitution. You can do it like this, but now I am doing directly. So if this is the case, how will you be doing this? You can either use a quadratic formula, or you can use the breaking of middle term. So if you use quadratic formula, you will be using it as y is equals to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. This is the normal quadratic, but here, because your equation is not quadratic in y, rather it is quadratic in y square, so you will be getting y square equals to this. Also, I am not using quadratic formula for this. You can use this to find it, but only thing important is you must be taking y square here. So how I am doing breaking of middle term. You need minus 20 upon multiplication of two numbers or factors, and upon addition or subtraction you should be getting minus 1. So that is, I guess, 5 and 4, minus 5 times plus 4. So it will give you y to the power 4 minus 5y square plus 4y square minus 20 equals 0. Now we will take y square common. We will get y square minus 5. Then we are taking 4 commons, and we are left with y square minus 5 equals 0. Then we get it to be y square plus 4 times y square minus 5 equals 0. This gives you this implies either y square equals minus 4 or y square equals 5. Now we have to take the square root on both sides because we need y. So when you take square root, it will become y equals to plus minus root of minus 4, y equals to plus minus root of 5. So we will be getting, this will be rejected because x and y are real and exact. Okay, so this will be rejected because when you solve this, y comes out to be like plus minus 2 iota, so that becomes the complex one. So now these are your two solutions for y. Now substitute it back in the x equation. This is your x equation that you made. So x will be equals to minus 2 root 5 over y. So this will give you either x is equals to minus 2 root 5 over root 5 or x equals to minus 2 root 5 over minus root 5. So that will give you either minus 2 or x to be equals to 2. So how can you write your solutions to be? Your solutions comes out to be, as we know, that we have to write it in x plus y iota form. So let's write your solutions that way. It will be when y is equals to root 5 and y equals to negative root 5. So that becomes x plus iota y will be minus 2 plus root 5 iota. This is your one solution, and x plus y iota for this one will become 2 minus root 5 iota. So these are your two solutions. Okay, this is what they are asking you. The square roots of this can be expressed in the Cartesian form. So these are the two Cartesian forms that they are requiring from us. I hope you understand this. In these type of questions, there are only a few important steps, one or two. Like first step, important step is this, to put this equals to square root of this, of the given complex number. Square root of that equals to the standard x plus iota y or a plus iota b. Square it and then just expand it, equate them, solve them simultaneously, and then when we end up getting a quadratic equation, then use a quadratic formula or breaking of middle term to get your x and y solutions or a and b solutions that must be real, and then we just rewrite them in the form of x plus iota y, and that will be your solution. I hope you understand this all. Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.